if I was in a student, I was just moving all around the class with this chair, you know? Where is everyone?
Give them a minute.
They went for tennis?
No. Just moving around.
Your hospital is here or in Baghdad?
No, no.
Kaaba. Near here?
No.
And other,
30 minutes, I think.
and you have service? You have a boss from university, from Joma. And Joma. English, Persian, Arabic, everything is mixing, you know? I'm trying to communicate. Can I start?
Sure.
Guys, I want to tell you that, did you see this mixed micelle? This mixed micelle entered the small intestine. Now we are in a small intestine cell. This is the small intestine cell that just around here. You can see that we have fat soluble vitamins. We have monoacyl glycerol. This is the tag. This is the tag that lost the fatty acid and convert to monoacyl glycerol. What is happening? These fats that was digested somehow, that was breaking down somehow, again, they gather together. The fats are renewing, again regenerating. For what? They want to enter the blood circulation. They want to go to my liver. They want to go to my adipose tissue. They want to go to my muscle. Am I right?
Yes.
They want to enter my cells. So they should be in a structure that can carry in the blood circulation. The structure that they make is chylomicron. What is this? The TG that was breaking down to fatty acid, the fat soluble vitamins, the cholesterol, the phospholipids that breaking down in previous steps, they gather together in enterocyte and enter to chylomicrons. Enter to chylomicrons plus fat soluble vitamins, and because these chylomicrons wanna enter the blood circulation, it should be soluble. How? The phospholipids, do you know the phospholipids?
Yes.
That they have a polar head. Do you know? The phospholipids come to the surface. Also, we have a protein under the name of apoprotein or apoprotein. In chylomicron, ApoB48 come to the surface and make it soluble in blood circulation. Did you get the point?
Yes.
The protein come here, the phospholipids come to the surface, and the TG that is insoluble. The vitamins go to the core. we have a soluble core that the middle of that is full of fat and the surface of that is full of phospholipids and proteins. Okay? After that, it enters the lymphatic system and after that go to blood circulation.
What's the purpose of phospholipid?
To become it more soluble, the phospholipids have a polar head in the cell surface, you can see cell membrane, and have two non-polar tail. This part is water soluble. And this part is lipid soluble. They organize in the way that can be water soluble.
So AB28 and protein and phospholipid work together in the same function.
Yeah,
So there is no difference between them.
this is phospholipids, this is lipid, and ApoB48 is protein.
I know, I mean the purpose of function.
The purpose of function, it is a protein that actually make it appropriate for being recognized by some receptors. This is protein, have functional groups, okay? And this is the phospholipid just making the structure, okay? One of you, could you explain in English?
Yeah. We mentioned the previous that we have small units of fatty acid that enter to the enterocyte, and then inside the enterocyte we must convert the small fatty acid into the situation that are soluble in the lymphatic system, that's suitable for the lymphatic system. So the fatty acid, the cholesterol and the fat soluble vitamin and all these components are with help of phospholipid, with help of phospholipid and AP protein will convert to chylomicron, and this chylomicron will make it suitable to enter the lymphatic system and then distribute in the blood circulation.
It was great. Guys, do you want that your friend explain you in Arabic? Do you need or not?
Yes.
Could you explain please?
اوكي احنا مساعد قلنا انه شو يسمونه لما طلعت الجزيئات مال الفاتي اسيد من المعدن قلنا انه مو كلياتهم يعني كان مهيئات الى انه يندرجوا بالدورة الدموية، فشلون نخليهم يصيرون مهيئات؟ بهذه الخلية اللي هي بتسعى رسمتها، هذه الخلية جاي يصير بها هاي العملية، انه الجزيئات الدهون والفيتامينات اللي هي تدوب بس بالليبيدز، هذول لازم نخليهم مهيئات الى انه يندرجون بالجهاز الليمفاوي. زين شلون راح تصير هذه العملية؟ الفسفوليبيد اللي هي هذه اللي بتساع رسمتها الدائرة وهيجي نازل من خطين، جزيئات دهون مفسفرة، بيها طرف محب للماء وبيها طرف نافر للماء. فهذه الجزيئات الدهون المفسفرة راح تصير على جدار الخلية. أوكسيد البروتين اللي هو AP بروتين أتوقع اسمه، هذا البروتين راح يساعد هذه الدهون إلى أن تكون مهيئة إلى أن تدخل في الجهاز الليمفاوي، وهذه الخلية لا يكون مايكرون. زين؟ كايلومايكرون. الكايلومايكرون وراها راح تدمجها بالجهاز الليمفاوي وراح تدخل للبلاد سيركوليشن.
Okay, guys, thank you. That was all about the story of chylomicron production. So, these chylomicron, after that, enter the blood circulation. blood circulation and make the blood in a milky appearance that I show you. That's why when you want to go to laboratory for example, blood test, they ask you be fasted for 12 to 14 hours. 12 to 14 hours get alive to clear the chylomicron from blood circulation. And the appearance of the clearance of that depends on some enzyme that some people have some inherited disorders that they cannot clear the chylomicron from blood circulation. And all the time it is in their blood circulation. Did you get the point?
Yes.
Okay guys, I told you about all of these things. It is just written for better understanding. And after that, these chylomicron and these lipids go to your tissue, your liver, your adipose tissue, your heart, your muscles, and every part of our body. They should enter the tissue. For example, about TG or triacylglycerol, in your opinion, can it enter in this form to the cells?
No. Free.
It should breaking down with an enzyme under the name lipoprotein lipase. Lipoprotein lipase to what? To free fatty acid and glycerol. Did you get the point? The TG again should breaking down to enter the cell. And LPL help to breaking down the triacylglycerol to free fatty acid and glycerol to can enter the adipose tissue, muscle, cardiac and skeletal muscle. Okay? Guys, these lipids come from where?
From our food.
From our food. And in some situation, our body produces lipids in the liver. Okay? In those situations, the pathway is completely different. And I think if I want to explain you, it is so confusing. I prefer not to speak about them. Just it is enough to know about the lipids that come from our food. Okay? Because your course is just one, you have 8 sessions for all biochemistry. I think it is enough for you. And what about for free fatty acids? Guys, free fatty acid directly enter the muscle cells and adipocytes. Enter the adipocytes and muscle cells. Why?
Because it's free.
It's free and lipid soluble. And the cell membrane is lipids. Am I right?
Yes.
Do you know about the structure of cell membranes?
Yes.
They are lipids. Okay? And they enter the cells freely.
Without this cycle that we studied previously.
About
The free fatty acid enter the cell directly without this cycle that we studied previously.
they enter the enterocyte and blood circulation. After that, the lipoprotein lipase will breaking down into free fatty acid and glycerol, and now it can enter the cells freely. It is near the cells.
You mean you continue the chain when
Yeah.
they distribute in the blood circulation?
And they go to the blood circulation and arterioles that they are near to muscles and adipocytes. There they breaking down by LPL, and after that enter the muscle cells and adipocytes.
Okay.
Okay? And after that, guys, if they wanna transport in blood circulation, they should carry by albumin. They cannot go to blood circulation freely.
Okay.
All of you get the point?
Yes.
Yes? in the cells to produce energy. Do you know how? These fatty acids breaking down to acetyl-CoA.
And then produce ATP.
Exactly. The free fatty acid breaking down to acetyl-CoA and produce energy for us in the form of ATP in Krebs cycle and electron transport chain. And if we don't need energy, the free fatty acid go to adipocytes and gather together and produce TG and store in our adipocytes. Did you get the point? Yeah? And store in the till the time that we are in fasting situation. Do you want your friend explain you or not? Yes? No? Yes? Yes? Could you, one of each of you that want, explain in English and after that transfer it to your friends?
Okay, Arabic.
At first in English to me?
To complete the circle, the free fatty acid is directly enter the muscle cell or membrane of the cell and to adipocytes. And after that, go to blood circulation, enter blood circulation by serum albumin.
Exactly. This is a protein.
Yeah, protein. And after that, the cell can oxidize and make a fatty acid to energy or make ATP by fatty acid.
By breaking down to acetyl-CoA.
Right.
Okay.
And if we want to, if we don't need the ATP, the adipocytes will make the free fatty acid to tag or
Exactly. And about this part, could you explain and after that?
The TAG will break down by this
Lipoprotein LPL, lipoprotein.
LPL to make free fatty acid and cholesterol. Okay, and we will use free fatty acid to enter the cell to complete work.
Okay. At first, explain this, and after that in Arabic, and after that, tell me that you transfer the slide and explain the next slide to your friends.
هنا التي اي جي راح يتكسر لو مركب معقد ما يقدر يدخل للخليه بسهوله راح يتحلل او يتكسر عن طريق هذا الدهون اللي هي ليبيد بروتين ليبيد اللي هي LPL راح يتحلل الى فري فاتي اسيد وكوليسترول.
بالضبط الليبوبروتين ليبيد اتس انزيم.
انزيمات صح. فهاي الانزيمات راح تحلل التي اي جي وتحوله الى فري فاتي اسيد وكوليسترول. اوكي بس. بعدها الفري فاتي اسيد راح نحتاجه بالخليه، شلون يدخل الخليه؟ راح يدخل بسهوله اصلا، انا بدي اكمل السيركل او الدوره اللي حكينا عنها قبل شويه، راح يدخل بسهوله لان هو التركيبه مالته بسيطه.
بالخلايا العضليه وبالخلايا الدهنيه يقدر يدخل مباشره، يعني تبذل الجدار مالتي بس بالهذا ذكرت الهرمون.
شلون؟
بالخليه العضليه.
اوكي الخليه العضليه والدهنيه راح تدخل ببساطه مباشره. زين. وبالسيركيليشن او بالبلاد راح يدخل البلاد راح يحتاج الى هذا السائل او هذا التركيب اللي هو الالومنيوم او سيروم الومنيوم. زين. بعد الفاتي اسيد راح يتحول الى طاقه اي تي بي او انرجي، شلون يتحول؟ هاي ما ذكرتها اي، بس هو راح يتحول عن يتكسر الفاتي اسيد الى اسيتيل كولاين وراح يعطينا اي تي بي طاقه. اذا ما احتاجينا هاي الطاقه الفاتي اسيد راح يتحول الى راح يتحول او يتخزن على شكل تي جي، تمام؟ وايضا ممكن يتخزن الفاتي اسيد ممكن يتخزن بشكل فاتي اسيد واحد، تمام؟ فممكن نحللها الى تي جي ونخزنها وممكن نخزنها بشكل فاتي اسيد.
تخزن بشكل
اي بشكل فاتي اسيد. ستورج يونت فاتي اسيد is needed by the
لا يكسر انت الفاتي يزيد الدوري، لما انت تخزن بشكل تي اي جي، انت تخزن بشكل
شوف قبل الفري فاتي اسيد تحلل الى تي اي جي وتنخزن اوكي فاتي اسيد من خزن واحده مش كل فاتي اسيد.
And when we stay in fasting situation for a long time, at first our carbohydrate and glycogen will consume. After that, the fatty acids and free fatty acids and the lipids start breaking down for producing energy.
So our body can't store the fatty acid.
TG in TG4 and after that.
No, not in TG. Just fatty acid.
Free fatty acid is not stored.
No, not free fatty acid. Just acid.
Fatty acid it is in combination in TG, triglyceride, glycerol, or in combination in cholesterol, or in combination in phospholipids.
So our body can't store the fatty acid all of it.
It doesn't need to put it in free fatty acid form. It will enter the structure of lipids, different lipids. Just for producing energy, it should dissociate and start breaking down.
Actually, I didn't understand the last sentence.
This is stored in triacylglycerol molecules till when? Till we need the energy. After that, the TG will breaking down to free fatty acid and glycerol. Am I right? The glycerol go for gluconeogenesis. It doesn't need to know. The free fatty acid is stored in TG4. After that, it will breaking down where we need energy.
I will explain it.
Okay.
بالنقطة الثانية هنا الفري فاتي اسيد شلون نخزنه؟ نحوله إلى TAG. من راح نحتاج هذا TAG راح يتحلل إلى فري فاتي اسيد وكوليسترول. الفاتي اسيد راح أهم نخزنه ونقدر نستخدمه نحوله إلى TAG ونخزنه مرة ثانية. تمام؟ واضح؟ بالعكس هي الترديد.
Did you get the
يعني
point?
احنا كان نقطة الخلاف انه الفاتي اسيد
الفاتي اسيد خزن
متى الخزن بشكل
Okay. This was related to free fatty acid. What is happening to glycerol? Glycerol that I told you is taken up from the blood and it maybe go to the liver and convert to by glycerol kinase to glycerol triphosphate. Now it can enter the glycolysis and enter for gluconeogenesis.
Can we repeat this?
The free fatty acid I explained about that. The free fatty acid where it is needed is breaking down and produce energy for us. What is the fate of glycerol? The glycerol at first going to blood, after that it comes to liver and become phosphorylated by this kinase. Do you study about different enzyme classes like kinase, like transferase, like isomerase? No? In enzyme? Do you have the slides that you've studied before?
Yeah.
Could you share with me after the class? Or maybe in the rest?
the slide have a lot of content, but we skip most of the slides.
Yeah, the doctor didn't explain all the part.
But the slides was there.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about your final exam?
He told us what to study. He told us to study this, study this, study this. Leave the rest.
Guys, we have in the liver an enzyme that can add phosphate to glycerol. When the glycerol is phosphorylated, it is ready to go to glycolysis to convert to pyruvate and after that acetyl-CoA.
And then produce ATP.
Exactly. And ATP. We are in fasting situation, or maybe it can go for gluconeogenesis. What does it mean?
Protection
Of situation. Our brain needs glucose from where? From lipids. Did you get the point?
Yeah.
And this was all about this. Could you explain one of you in English?
Cholesterol go to the liver, and the liver we have enzyme. This enzyme called something like
Phosphorylated?
phosphorylated. This phosphorylated will phosphorylated, but then phosphorylated will add to the cholesterol phosphate, and then this compound will convert to pyruvate. This pyruvate will convert to acetyl-CoA, and then produce ATP.
Okay, or about
Glucogenesis during fasting situation.
convert to glucose. Is it possible to explain to your friends?
اوكي الساعة شرحنا العملية المهمة فاتية. هسه شنو الجليسرول راح ندخل بالكبد راح نلقى هناك انزيم شنو اسمه related هذا الانزيم شو راح يسوي؟ راح يحول لنا اياها راح يخلي الجليسرول وياه 3 فوسفات. اوكي نتيجة هذا الفوسفات راح يتحول الى شنو؟ يتحول الى بايروفيت. البارحه احنا اخذنا الفكره مال البايروفيت بالكمستري. البايروفيت راح يتحول الى اسيتيل-كوي، وهذا الاسيتيل-كوي راح ينتج لنا طاقه. او هذه الطريقه، او الطريقه الثانيه اللي هي الجلايكوجينيسيس اللي هي معناتها انه ننتج شو يسمونه؟ جلوكوز جديد. هذه العمليه شو تصير؟ انه احنا صايمين او مواكبين لأن البرين يحتاج جلوكوز دائما.
Did you get the point? The brain in Arabic is brain.
دماغ.
Okay, guys. Just I want to tell you. It doesn't need to know about that. And about some abnormalities that I want to tell you. Have you ever heard about cystic fibrosis? Yeah. The cystic fibrosis is an abnormality, genetic abnormalities that the chloride channel is disrupted. It is not important to memorize the name of the chloride channel. The thing that I want to tell you, tell me that we have slides related to this or not. No. Guys, in this situation, all of the mucosal cells, for example, the lung mucosal cell, the pancreatic mucosal cell, the tubes that carry sperm, all of these things are disrupted. Why? Because the chloride cannot. This is the cell, and chloride is an ion that is accumulated in the cell. It cannot go out from the cell. And on the other hand, the water cannot be out of the cell. The mucus become here concentrated. And in lungs, because of the mucosal concentration, they become suspicious to infection, different respiratory infection. And these babies come to hospital with lots of respiratory infection. And after that, they evaluate the chloride level in the sweat of the babies. Did you get the point? What is the sweat?
Yes.
The liquid that actually exits from our body after activities. And they evaluate the chloride level and they diagnose that this baby has cystic fibrosis. This is because of the and on the other hand, the pancreatic enzymes cannot excrete and actually secrete in a good way. they cannot digest the food in a proper way. That's way that they imagine that the gallbladder cannot excrete bile. Pancreas cannot secrete pancreatic juice. What is happening? The dietary lipids cannot digest. When they cannot digest, can they enter the cells? No. They just remain in the intestinal lumen and excrete from our body as dictatora, a lipid and fatty stool. Fatty stool. The lots of fats from diet is excreted from our body instead of ingestion and digestion. Did you get the point? And this is the situation that we call that steatora. Steatora. And in these patients, in cystic fibrosis patients, they cannot absorb lipid-soluble vitamins, they cannot absorb lipids. It is better to have diet with short or medium chain fatty acids. Did you get the point? One of you can explain it?
Somehow, those,
Not completely.
yeah, the idea of the cell that's have chloride, I don't understand it very well.
The chloride channel have problem and cannot work in proper way. And in that situation, the mucus is concentrated because beside chloride, the water cannot secrete to the mucosal area. And the mucosal area is sticky, is concentrated. When it is concentrated, it is a good place for accumulation of bacteria for respiratory infection. On the other hand, it is blockage occur. The blockage occur for the secretion of gallbladder content and pancreas content.
Okay.
Could you explain it a little?
Cystic fibrosis is the accumulation of flame in the lungs, what I know previously. So we will have an infection. This accumulation of flame is because of we have problem in the chloride chain. That the chloride chain channel cannot work properly. So we have accumulation of mucus at the cell membrane, and this accumulation we will have an infection. Besides that, we will have bile and pancreas disruption and secretion. So in that situation, we will have respiratory problem and digestion problem.
And after that, we have
The lipid will don't digest properly, and so will excrete from our body.
and we call that steatora.
Steatora.
Is it possible to explain to your friends?
شباب اتوقع احنا تذكرنا المره اللي اخذنا سيستم فايبروسس انه لما الفليم الملهم يتجمع من هذا الرئه وتصير عندنا مشكله بالتنفس وهالاشياء، يعني يكون هذا المكان مناسب للبكتيريا والفيروسات فهذا الشيء بسبب شنو؟ بسبب صارت عندنا خلطه بالبروتين بالكلورايد شانل. قنوات الكلورايد ما رجعت تشتغل بشكل صحيح، فهذا الشيء راح يسبب لنا تراكم الماده الخطريه على جدار الخليه، فهذه الماده الخطريه لما تتراكم تكون بيئه مناسبه للبكتيريا. زين هذا الماده الخطريه مو بس انه موجوده بالجهاز التنفسي، انه حتى في الجهاز الهضمي. فهنا راح تسبب زي هاي القناه اللي هي هسه راسمه في الاخضر للجول بلادر، الافرازات مال الجول بلادر والبنكرياس راح تكون مسدوده. فاحنا نساعدك انه الدهون ما تنهضم بشكل كامل بالستومك، انما اغلبها راح تكون بالامعاء الدقيقه. فهنا هي نسدد الاشياء الاكسكريشن مال البنكرياس والجول بلادر ما راح تطلع كلها. فهنا الدهون ما راح تنضم، فراح شو اسمه يتخلص من الجسم.